Over the course of his 19-year MLB career, Yadier Molina managed to record over 28 D-WAR, 9 Gold Gloves, and 381 caught stealings. These included many average to slightly above average speed players who either weren't aware of Molina's powers at the time or were just super confident they could read the pitcher. However, it also included more than a few legitimate speedsters, which is who we're going to be spotlighting today. He's thrown out so many of these guys, including ones I couldn't even find because they were kind of before widespread video distribution of online clips, that I'm going to break them up into 4 groups. Our exceptions: guys who had a 30 steal season in their career at some point with over 100 total steals, guys with over 200 career swiped bags, and finally, players with over 300 total thefts. We start off with our exceptions, 2 guys who at some point in their career have had over 99th percentile speed despite not having swiped a ton of bags: Byron Buxton and Jose Siri. He nabbed Buxton back when he was making waves for his wheels during his rookie year in 2015, and then Siri after Jose taunted him on the previous pitch. This was perhaps the single most satisfying instant karma moment of Yadi's career. Now onto our stated groups. First up is potential 2023 NL MVP Ronald Acuna, and his CS on a slider in the dirt that Molina made a near perfect throw on. Just look at that pick. It's hard to pull off a swim move when you're beat by that much. Here's Charlie Blackmon being thrown out the year he swiped 43 bases on a literal perfect toss over the middle of the base. In the same vein of speed, we have AJ Pollock, also being gunned down in 2015 during a campaign that saw him steal 39 bags. His was a 2-for-1, a strike him out, throw him out. And lastly, we have Emilio Bonifacio, who was 2 years removed from a 30 steal season and 3 from a 40 when he was cut down in 2014. Leading off Group 2 was Gerard Dyson, one of the best rate-based stealers of all time, who got thrown out on an insane toss during his last year in the bigs. He retired with 266 swiped bases. Brett Gardner, the formerly speedy center fielder, got his own taste of Yadi back in 2014. He finished his big league career with 274 stolen bases. Carlos Gomez rounds out this group as someone who had 268 career steals and as many as 40 in one season. Now we come to our final group, guys who had over 300 career steals. Let's begin with the player with most swipes overall, Carl Crawford with 480. Next is Jimmy Rollins at 470. The borderline Hall of Famer was gunned down during his 3rd to last year in the bigs, a campaign in which he still stole 28 bags. Every single one of our final players in this video was actually thrown out multiple times by Molina, starting with D. Strange Gordon, who got thrown out in 2011, 2014, and 2017, the most of any player we're going to be looking at today. He finished with 336 stolen bases. Yadier also managed to gun down Starling Marte, who's still a speed demon to this day, at both 2nd and 3rd base during Marte's time with the Pirates. The 34-year-old also has 336 thefts as of today. And finally, we come to arguably Yadi's greatest nemesis, Billy Hamilton, who managed to steal quite a few bags off him over the years, as well as getting thrown out a couple times too. Hamilton currently sits at 326 swiped bags.